Michelle Bernstein, and I've got the recipes that will make you the Burger King of your White Castle. They're next here on SoFlo Taste. This is South Florida. It's where I live and work. I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein. South Florida is more than sun, sand, and sea. It's a lifestyle of fashion, sound, culture, and of course, food. Food with taste from all over the world. Join me as we celebrate the food of South Florida and the people who love it. Join me as we experience SoFlo Taste. Hello, I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein. Welcome to SoFlo Taste and welcome to Cena by Michi, my first restaurant where we're actually celebrating our 10th anniversary this year. May is National Burger Month, and take a guess how many burgers we Americans eat every year. Time's up, 50 billion with a B. That's 3 burgers a week for every human in the US. So since you're eating so many burgers, I thought it would be fun to show you some burgers that aren't just beef on a bun. So join me in Cena's kitchen and let's get cooking. So the first burger I'm gonna make for you is basically an all-American style of burger. I'm even using good old American cheese, if you can believe it. Now this is my favorite eating burger. When you put this whole thing together, it's kind of like a masterpiece. It's unbelievable. It does take a couple of different steps, but by the time you eat it, it's so worth it. Obviously, the most important part of a burger is the meat, right? So thanks to Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, I got a beautiful grind of beef today. So I am actually going to do a 2 thin patty burger. I know some of you might be rolling your eyes because you like a big fat burger. So do I. However, you got to try this. It's so good. It goes down really, really almost too easily, if you know what I mean. It's just delicious. So I'm giving everyone an 8-ounce burger, but I'm cutting that in half. So I'm weighing out 4 ounces of ground beef. Now, I don't add anything to my meat. I don't even season it in the mix. I love the pure taste of the meat, and the reason why I'm doing this is so that the burger stays together, almost like when you make meatballs. And then I just shape it into a nice round. Because we're doing a burger show, we have all kinds of fun lettuces. This is a hydroponic type of a watercress, some leaf lettuces, gem and romaine, and then of course beautiful tomatoes of all different colors. I also add some bread and butter pickles to this burger for crunch and for the acidity. All right, so let's get going. So I'm gonna season this burger with a little bit of salt and pepper. I'm using kosher salt on this and ground black pepper, and then I'll start cooking that. For this burger, I've decided to add onion ring to the actual burger. So here I have some lovely yellow onions sitting in buttermilk. I made a little bit of a spiced flour using all-purpose flour, some cayenne pepper, and a little bit of chili powder. Not a big deal, pretty easy stuff. And I'll just add the onions to the flour. That's actually just how you make a really good onion ring, by the way. I'm gonna use my glove again so I don't get all dirty. And then you just let them really get coated in that flour mix. Shake off the excess, and I have vegetable oil going at 350 degrees. So let's see how these burgers look underneath. They need a little bit more color. I don't really like to press the juices out. I see people pressing burgers, and I'm always amazed. Like, you're getting rid of all the good juices. So I'm gonna make sure I don't do that today. So here is my special sauce, because everybody needs a special sauce. I've got really, really great quality mayonnaise. To that, I'll add a little bit of ketchup, some Dijon mustard, a little bit of the adobo from the can of Chipotle's, just a little spoonful of that. I have a little dice of dill pickles going in there as well for the flavor and for that crispiness. All right, so mix that in well. So here's my special sauce. I'm gonna flip these burgers and check out my onion rings. They're almost done. And top these with cheese. So you can use 2 times the amount of cheese melted over it, but because you're getting 2 thin burgers and 2 slices of cheese, I figured it was enough. I'm just gonna cover that with a pan and let it melt. The onion rings are ready. This is like the best part of this burger. This and the beef. So make sure you season them when they come out of the oil. Look how beautiful they are. Then, the bun. These are brioche buns. They're beautiful. The one thing about the bread though, I happen to cook it in a little bit of butter. Just a nice warm saute pan, add a little butter to it, add the bread, flip it over once so that it's nice and warm. Okay, this burger is definitely ready. Oh, delicious. All right, so here we go. Let's make our beautiful masterpiece together. We've got our warm buttered bread. We're gonna put a little bit of special sauce on the top and the bottom. Add a burger here. A few of these bread and butter pickles. And then another burger right on top. Then I think I'm gonna choose this gem lettuce, flatten it out a little bit. That can go here. A good healthy slice of tomato. Just a little tiny dab of olive oil too. My favorite Maldon salt. And then 2 more pickles. Finally, of course, the onion ring. And then the other piece of bread, which of course I told you has a generous, nice amount of that special sauce. Push it all together. So let's see if I can take a bite of this. Now this is the masterpiece of all burgers. I'll see you in a minute for a good chicken burger. Oh, it's so juicy. SoFlo Taste will return right after this. Welcome back to the Burger Show. Did you all know that 40% of the sandwiches sold in America are hamburgers? That's a pretty big number when you think about all the sandwiches that are sold in this country. So I'm gonna make you a chicken burger next. Usually you hear about the turkey burger, but I feel like the chicken burger needs to come out there a little bit. I love chicken burgers. It's really healthy. We're using the breast meat only, but we're adding some really delicious things into it to give you a great pack of flavor in every bite and also texture. So here I have beautiful ground chicken breast. Of course, we got it at Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. So for this, I'm just gonna add 1 egg and mix that in. And then I have cooking next to me what we like to call in chef world mirepoix vegetables. Mirepoix vegetables are the vegetables that go into every chicken stock and veal stock, fish stock. This is a combination of celery, onion, and carrot. And I like to just soften it in a little bit of olive oil over a nice low heat until the vegetables soften just a little bit. But you can also add them raw before I add them into my chicken burger. By the way, yes, this will work for turkey as well. You can do the same recipe. So once that all gets mixed in, I'm gonna add a little bit of fresh chopped thyme. The fresh herb thyme, we take the leaves off and chop them really fine and add some of that in there. Some salt, kosher salt, some black pepper, and again, mix well. Now, I know that sriracha is one of everybody's favorite condiments. I actually don't eat sriracha unless it's like maybe as a topper in like a mayonnaise. I don't cook with it. So I decided to make you all a sriracha mayonnaise for the topping. So that's gonna be the special sauce for this burger. I've also taken some shiitake mushrooms and sauteed them for a little topping on this burger as well. So once that's all combined, this is panko breadcrumb, you know, the big Japanese breadcrumb. Don't know how they're made, but my goodness, they are amazing. So this is just gonna give this burger a really wonderful texture. When working with chicken, I'm always a little bit more careful, so I'm gonna put some gloves on for this one. So obviously these have to get cooked through, so we'll need a little pan to cover the pan with, or you can go into the oven. It's really up to you. And the great thing about these burgers too is that they cook very quickly. It's a really fast, nice cook. There we go. So I'll cook 2 of them for you. Beautiful. While those cook, I'm gonna warm up some bread. I brought a Kaiser today for this one. So I'm going to warm the Kaiser in a little bit of butter. And always toast both sides. Inside, cut side, and then the outside. So I'm going to use a little pan to go ahead and cover this and let it cook through. For the sriracha mayonnaise, it's literally just that. As much sriracha as you like in some mayonnaise. And there we have our toppings. We've got the sriracha mayonnaise, the sauteed shiitakes, of course some beautiful lettuce, and some sliced tomatoes. All right, so our bun is toasted, our chicken is cooked. I made some French fries because you got to have one burger with a fry. So let's uncover this beauty. All right, so toasted bread, some of our spicy sriracha mayonnaise on both sides of the bun. Chicken burger, see how it stays just beautifully large. It doesn't shrink up too much. Let's go ahead and put a nice tomato, some pretty hydroponic cress on top of that, some mushrooms, a little bit of big salt, and then the bun. And then next to it, some fresh fries. And there you have it, your beautiful lean chicken breast burger with sauteed shiitake mushrooms, beautiful cress, and the homemade French fries we'll get to later.
I'm Melinda Harper on the road for SoFlo Taste in Miami at City of Miami Fire Station #1. And we're taking you into the kitchen with Fire Chef Ryan to show you how he gets out of the fire and into the kitchen to help feed his fellow firefighters. I'm here with my good friend, Fire Chef Ryan. Ryan, tell us what you're doing.
Today we're doing buffalo chicken sandwiches.
Okay, and that is your lunch for
It's gonna
about...
be lunch for about 20 guys.
Okay, so right now we're butterflying.
Sharp knife.
Sharp knives, always important.
Make sure. After our butterfly, watch out, it gets messy.
Okay.
I like to hammer the bread.
Put the hammer to it. How long does this typically take you?
Prep is normally about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on what I decide to make that day for lunch.
So it's you, you're the one that comes up with the menu?
Yes, of course.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
A buttermilk ranch dressing, some Frank's Red Hot, it's the best.
Perfect. So we'll marinate this and it'll sit for about 30 minutes.
All right, so the next step is going to prep the coleslaw. So put the coleslaw in. I make
Got it.
the dressing now. That's celery seed. That's the secret to coleslaw. Traditionally in the city of Miami, lunch is always at noon. So at every fire station in the city, they try to eat lunch at 12 o'clock. Then dinner is always at 1800 hours or 6 p.m. And that was traditionally for when they were supposed to feed the horses in the city of Miami.
Oh, okay.
The other staple of a firehouse is always a fruit salad.
Okay, that looks good.
Strawberries, raspberries, pomegranate, blueberries, and blackberries. Throw some Greek yogurt on top. This is the healthy part of today's lunch.
Right. So I think our chicken's been marinating for about 30 minutes.
Melinda, where are you, Melinda? Where'd you go?
Hey, just wanted to make sure that everything was all right out here.
Oh, thanks. I see you've been in my truck, huh?
Well, you know, we are on open flames.
I guess it goes with the territory. I guess when you're in a fire station, that's what happens, huh?
Right.
No. So I put the chicken on the grill. I do about 4 minutes on one side and 3 minutes on the other side. Get them nice and ready. Hang on.
Got it.
The bell just rang.
Uh-oh. Have you ever had to like abandon a meal to
Everything gets
take
shut down. You turn off the stove. And
You turn off the stove?
Turn off the stove.
You sure you turn off that stove?
Yes.
Have you ever not turned off the stove?
Yes, one time.
No. And what happened?
The meatloaf was like a brick. So basically now what I like to do is I like to put the sandwiches together.
Okay.
So basically I'll do a piece of chicken. I go a good hearty portion of the coleslaw.
Okay.
with the blue cheese already mixed into it.
Looks delicious.
Ciao, 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 come and get it. Ciao, 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 ciao.
That's phenomenal. Excellent. Great job! So Ryan, thanks so much for taking us back in the kitchen and showing us how lunch works here at the station.
Thanks, Melinda. Anytime, you guys are more than welcome to come by.
I'll be here every day at noon.
Sounds good.
Hey, we got a fire. We need somebody to move that Cadillac.
Welcome back to the Burger Blowout. I decided your final burger will actually be a vegetarian one. It is a black bean burger. Beautiful flavor, awesome textures. It is a wonderful burger. You almost won't even miss the meat. Trust me on this one. It is delicious. And this is best if made at least an hour ahead. You can even make it a day ahead and have your stuff ready to go. So here I have smashed black beans. So all you do is smash them. You drain them, but you don't rinse them, and you smash them. I did it with a spoon, just like so. Then to that, I'm going to add a small dice of yellow onion, a small dice of red pepper, bell pepper, some of those Japanese panko breadcrumbs I was talking about earlier, some Italian regular breadcrumbs, an egg, and in this one I'm putting some queso fresco. It adds a little bit of fat. It melts in it and it gives it even more flavor. A little bit of black pepper, some kosher salt, and finally your favorite hot sauce. For toppings on this one, I figured since we're going black bean, let's get a little bit kind of fun with our toppings. So I have some crispy plantain chips that I just bought, a little avocado, and some spicy arugula. So you mix this really well and you let it sit in your fridge. This one has been sitting overnight and it's nice and moist. You take, this one we're actually going to saute instead of grill. So a little bit of regular vegetable oil, grapeseed oil is always my preference, and we're going to form this into burgers. So this would be a good 7 to 8 ounce burger. And you can go in the oven if you want to make sure it's all warm all the way through. But I personally like to finish it, make it, and finish it in the saute pan. It actually feels like burger meat when you're forming it. It's funny. Great. The one thing about vegetarian burgers, I make a lot of different ones playing around. This one's nice and light, having just the black bean to be your emulsifier. So I'm going to take a half sheet pan so I can cover these up, get them nice and golden and warm on the inside. So I have a nice cheddar here, a nice white cheddar that I'm going to melt over it, and a little bit for the top of that burger. So we'll slice the avocado as one of its toppings. Beautiful avocado. And then I have some arugula, which I'll toss in a little bit of olive oil. I've got a really good olive oil here. You know, people are always asking me what brands I use, and it's really up to you, but I try to go to stores that allow you to taste their oils. A little bit of big grain salt. For this, I'm going to use a brioche bun because I love the richness of it. So a little bit of butter. You can use oil in the pan. It's up to you. You can also throw it on a warm grill. And let's see how our burger looks. Oh wow, yeah, it's getting a beautiful golden color on the outside. Look how lovely it is. The color really turns into the color of a true burger. So I'm going to put the cheddar on top and let it melt over it, and put this back on. Our bun is nice and toasty. It's up to you if you want to put any type of mayonnaise or anything on this. I'm going to add a little bit of smashed avocado on the bottom, which I'll just press with a spoon, smash up a little bit, and then add a little bit of salt to that. So here's your black bean burger with your melting cheese right over the top. I actually made it a little bigger than that brioche bun. So for the topping of that, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more avocado. Nice fresh slices. Drizzle a little bit of a good extra virgin right over the top of it. A little bit of the arugula. plantain chips. And finally, our bun. Wow. Now, if this doesn't take care of everything you might need in one bite, I can't imagine what will. It's so meaty. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you'll try one, two, or all of these burgers yourself. They are great. And if you find yourself in Seymour, Wisconsin, stop by the Hamburger Hall of Fame. Next week, I'll show you some recipes that will keep you cool during the dog days of our SoFlo summer. Now stay tuned for SoFlo Home Project with Martin Amado. I'm Michelle Bernstein. I'll see you next week here on SoFlo Taste. I wonder if that Burger Hall of Fame has a drive-through window. Happy burgering!